Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Allie. Today I have a video that is giving me all of the feels because it combines 3 of my favorite things: DIY, Halloween, my favorite holiday, and Disney. Today I have my Disney inspired Halloween DIY video. I am so proud of how all of these crafts and DIYs turned out, and I really hope that you guys enjoy them as well. I'm going to link my Disney playlist along with my Halloween playlist in the description below if you guys are interested in any more of that content. And as always, if you have any other questions or concerns after watching this video, make sure to ask them in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Before we jump on into the video though, we do have to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video. Let's get on into it. Today's video is in partnership with HelloFresh. Today I'm going to be making these Juicy Lucy burgers, and spoiler alert, oh my gosh, they were so good. Probably one of the best burgers I've ever had in my entire life. If you guys are unfamiliar with HelloFresh, they cut out all the stressful meal planning and prepping so you can just enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or even 20 with some of their quick and easy options. Their packaging that HelloFresh uses to ship out your food is almost entirely made out of recyclable and or already recycled content. HelloFresh offers so many recipes to choose from each week to help you break out of your recipe rut. You can easily change your delivery day or your food preference, and you can easily skip a week whenever you need to. HelloFresh is committed to making fresh, delicious food available now more than ever and has taken extra steps to keep its employees and customers safe. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably already know that we are HelloFresh subscribers. Yes, today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh, but we do subscribe to their service on our own as well. We absolutely love it. We get 3 meals sent to our house every single week, and each meal is just a little bit better than the last. I've mentioned this on my channel a bunch of times, but I used to hate cooking. I was very verbal about that. I love baking, but I used to hate cooking. But I have to say, since subscribing to HelloFresh, I've really grown to love cooking. It is something that I look forward to doing every single night. It's like an art form, to be quite honest with you. And I really am so grateful for HelloFresh for allowing me to express my creativity through food. If you are interested in trying out HelloFresh for yourself, please use my code SKELLINGTON80 to get a total of $80 off, including free shipping on your first box with purchase. Go to HelloFresh.com to redeem and for more details. For real, this burger, chef's kiss. All the chef's kisses. Okay, so let's hit the ground running. This is the DIY that sparked my interest in making this video in the first place. I saw this Jack Skellington bone wreath on Shop Disney for $45. And I was like, I think I can make that for like $10. And I did. This craft was super easy to make and extremely inexpensive. I just got an embroidery hoop and then I used some thick white felt to cut out some bones. I used about 3 sheets of the thick white felt, and I just used a dog bone cookie cutter and I use that as my stencil. But if you don't have one of those, you can just find a stencil online. Also, if you're going to like Joann's or Michael's or any of those craft stores, they sometimes have bags of bones already pre-cut out for you, so that could be one less step that you need to do. I just glued all of the bones onto the embroidery hoop. I made a little bow out of some black and white striped ribbon, glued the bow down, then I went in and I cut out a circle using that thick white felt to make Jack Skellington's face. I did use an expo marker for this, but to be quite honest with you, I went back in later with a thicker, darker marker to make it a little bit more defined. Last 2 steps, I glued Jack's face down onto the center of the bow, and then I took this super miniature Santa's hat that I got at Bath & Body Works, and I glued it to the top of Jack's head. And here is the final product. I made this for just about $10. I think it was actually under $10.
so easy to make. I think it looks incredible. I really think it's extremely comparable to the one that you can find on Shop Disney, and I'm just so proud that I made this myself. It is so much cooler to have a handmade one than one that you bought offline, in my personal opinion. This next DIY, the Mickey Mouse pumpkin, not only is the fastest DIY in this video, but it is also the easiest. What is there, like 1, 2, maybe 3 steps? It is also extremely customizable. You choose the type of pumpkin that you want to use. You can make so many different variations of this. You just need 3 of the same-ish type of pumpkins. You want 1 larger one and 2 smaller ones. Of course, the 2 smaller ones are going to act as Mickey Mouse's ears. I mean, this one is very self-explanatory, but you just want to glue or attach the ears, aka the smaller pumpkins, onto Mickey's head, aka the larger pumpkin. I used hot glue, it worked perfectly fine, but of course there are other gluing sewing methods out there. You choose what works best for you. Look at this little cutie. I believe this one was also right around $10 to make, and if you think about going to the Disney parks or buying anything that is Disney licensed, something of this nature typically costs upwards of $20 to $25, so I'm impressed. I want to say I am the most proud of this DIY. However, there's like 1 or 2 in this video that I might be just a little more proud of. This DIY is for Minnie Mouse witch ears. A no-sew Minnie Mouse witch ears. The beauty of this DIY is around August, if you go to any craft store, they have these headbands with witches' hats already on them for about $4 to $5. They're so inexpensive, and then you can use a coupon on top of that to get it even cheaper. So I just got a pre-made witch's hat headband, and then I created my own ears using a no-sew method. I just took some cardboard, as you can see in these clips. I cut out the circles. I did 2 for each side to make them thicker to match the headband, and then I put some felt around them, hot glue them, as you guys could have seen in the clips. Also added some sequins, as you could see here. I'm not too worried about the center because that's just going to get glued into. I did this twice like I had mentioned, and then I'm just attaching both of the ears together using some hot glue. The last step is just to attach the right and the left side ears onto your headband. It's as simple as that. Pro tip for best results: after you have applied your hot glue onto each ear, hold them in place for a minimum of 30 seconds or until the hot glue completely hardens on its own. I'm speechless. I hope I don't sound like I'm trying to put myself on a pedestal, but I am so proud of these ears. I think these ears cost me $7 to make, and if you know anything about Disney ears, they just raised their price to $30, and sometimes their specialty ears are even more. So this is a freaking steal, and I think they came out so stinking cute. The next DIY, the Disney themed Halloween t-shirt, is effortless, is cheap, it is most importantly cute. You can choose whatever Halloween, Disney, spooky villain type theme you would like. I'm going with a Sanderson sisters theme because Hocus Pocus, obviously the best Halloween movie of ever. I am writing on my t-shirt, Sanderson Broom Company. I think it is a really cute play on Hocus Pocus, and it is also a t-shirt that does not scream Disney. I love that. It is definitely a shirt that is Disney inspired, but it is not a shirt that kind of like screams Disney, which I think is really fun. Steps to complete this DIY: think up a phrase or a saying in your head that you want to emulate onto your shirt, use iron-on letters to express that saying, and then allow the iron to do its magic. Guys, cute, 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 or at least I think so. P.S. Don't mind the little water stain, the little puddle of water on the t-shirt. I dropped some water on it. It's going to dry. But yes, this is the final product, and I love, love, love it. I love the most about this t-shirt that, again, it does not scream Disney. However, if somebody that sees this shirt is a Hocus Pocus fan, they will totally get the reference, and I think it'll be a really fun conversation starter. The Mickey Ghost Pillow. The iconic Mickey Ghost Pillow. When I told you guys on Instagram that I wanted to do this series and I wanted you guys to send me some ideas of things that I should try to recreate, the #1 suggestion was the Mickey Ghost Pillow, and I'm so glad that you guys suggested this because I didn't even know that this was a thing, and this was so insanely easy to make / so inexpensive. And I believe they're sold out like on every single Disney platform. I actually saw one on eBay for $139. Really though? Is that necessary? I made mine for just about $10. 10 stinking dollars. I went to Joann Fabric and I picked out some thick white fabric that kind of simulated what it looked like online. Then I placed it down on a hard surface and I kind of eyeballed what I wanted this to look like. I looked at some examples online and then I just kind of like eyeballed out the stencil. I'm sure if you're not really good with like stenciling out or kind of freehanding things, I'm pretty sure they probably have a template for this online. Don't quote me on that one, but I did just eyeball it. I found this to be rather simple. It was just like Mickey ears on top of a ghost, and then I cut them out. I used 2 of them, of course, one for the top, one for the bottom, and then I went in with some thick black yarn and I kind of hand sewed on the stitch that they used, which I don't really know the proper name of this stitch, but I kind of just did circles, if that makes any sense. All the way around, I left a little portion on the bottom to stuff it with some polyfill. So yes, I stuffed the entire pillow with polyfill, and then I continued to sew the rest of the pillow up using the exact same hand stitching sewing method that I used previously. This DIY, although very easy to recreate, was quite time consuming, the most time consuming one in this video, so I would suggest putting on a podcast or a playlist or a movie to help make the time pass by. The last step is to add on Mickey's facial expressions. I just used some black felt for this and I used some fabric glue. I cut out 2 eyes, a nose, and a little woo type mouth. I retract my previous statement. I said this cost me about $10 to make. No, it did not. The fabric cost me about $5. And then I had felt left over from the previous DIY, and I already had yarn and a needle at home. So in reality, this DIY cost me about $5, and I am obsessed. Okay, I'll be the first one to admit, this candle did not come out 100% how I envisioned it. It just didn't. However, I wanted to include this clip in the video because I love the idea behind it. It just didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it. So in case you guys decide to try this one out, hopefully yours will look a little bit better than mine. I think mine looked good, just again, not how I envisioned it. This is like the 20th time trying to film this voiceover because I'm realizing that this clip is not very long and I can't fit everything that I want to say into this tiny little clip. So here's the speed round version of it. To make this candle, I melted down some candle melting wax, added in some fragrance. I used vanilla and honey because I was going for a candy corn vibe slash theme, and I know that candy corn is made primarily of honey. Although I hate candy corn, I wanted that vibe. And then I added in some crayons for color. And then once it melted down completely, I added some of the melting wax into these Mickey Mouse head silicone molds. The rest of it I put into the candle after I put in the wicks. I added all of that in, allowed everything to harden, and then I topped the candle with the little Mickey Mouse heads. Whew, I did it. At the end of the day, this candle, I mean, she's cute, but I'd still just give her like a 7 out of 10. Hopefully when I try this again in the future, I'll give it like a 12 out of 10. I mean, she's pretty cute. Maybe I'll give her like an 8 out of 10. I think if I try this again in the future, I would make a lot of the Mickey Mouse heads in different colors. I wish the colors were a little bit more vibrant, so I would work on that in the future, and then I would fill the entire candle up with the Mickey Mouse heads and then go in with a clear jelly-like candle substance base to fill in all of the extra space. That is what I was going for. Didn't turn out that way, but she's still cute. Also, at the end of the day, this candle only cost me, surprise, surprise, shocking, $10-ish to make. It wasn't more than 10, but it might have been less. And last, but definitely not least, the DIY that I am the most proud of, not only in this video, but in like life, is this Haunted Mansion apron. If you guys know me but at all, you know that Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride of any Disney park. And the fact that I created an apron and made it come to life is just giving me all of the feels right now. I found this super adorable green apron on Amazon. I will link it in the description below for you if you guys are interested in making one for yourself or just getting this apron, because highly recommend this apron. It is the cutest apron I ever did see. I also got some thick black ribbon, some skinny black ribbon, some white lace ribbon, and some black lace ribbon. And lastly, I got some fabric glue, and I also used some hot glue that I had at my house. Another pro tip coming your way: if you're using fabric glue, make sure to get the kind that is going to dry clear. There are some that do not dry clear. The one that I got was one that is going to dry clear. So as you can see, there are a couple of like little white dots here and there. Those will all dry clear. To create this apparel piece, I just Google searched a Haunted Mansion apron, and then I used the green apron that I got off of Amazon as my base, and I used the ribbon to create the design. I did use a combination of hot glue and fabric glue on this apron. I used fabric glue primarily on the top portion where the fabric was very flat. On the bottom portion where it was more ruffled, I used hot glue because hot glue sets immediately, whereas fabric glue does take some time, and I found that it was much easier to work on the ruffles with hot glue than it was to use fabric glue. More is definitely more for me when making this apron. I found myself just wanting to add more ribbon and more lace all over the place, and I'm so glad that I did because I think it just makes it look so much more authentic. Here is my final Haunted Mansion apron. Guys, I made this. I'm so proud of myself. All I need now is a little name tag that says Ghost Host Allie Cakes, and it will be the apron of my dreams, or maybe even the apron of my nightmares. I love it. I love it so much. And I love the Haunted Mansion. And I miss Disney so much. And I just want to go back. and ride Haunted Mansion on repeat. Like, just spend the whole day inside the Haunted Mansion. I can't wait to go back to Disney. I miss it so much. But yes, here is the final DIY in this video. I hope that you guys are as excited or like it as much as I do, because I like it a lot.
And that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys try any of these DIYs out at your house, make sure to tag me on Instagram or send me pictures however you see fit, because I would love to see your recreations. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you guys are interested, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps us content creators, whether you give it a thumbs up, write a comment below, share it, whatever it may be. I would really appreciate it. But as always, your support is support enough. I love you guys so much. I hope that you're having the best start. I know it's not fall yet, but like in my heart it is fall, so I hope that you guys are having the best start to fall that you possibly can, and I hope it is the best autumn of your life. I love you guys and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye guys.